the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community with great advice. I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show, that's where I go for the latest planned info. So all around town radio show for the music that troubles my soul. It's the All Around.
All right. Good afternoon. Welcome to a Nooner here. We're doing a little whatever Wednesday for you at noon today. Trying the lunchtime thing for a bit. How y'all doing out there? Hopefully you're doing well. Let me see who's checking in here with me today. Looks like Glenn's there. And who is my guest today? I have no guest today. Thank you. Thanks for reminding me of that, Glenn. Yeah, I'm supposed to, but, you know, people are a pain in the ass. That's all I got to say. Carrie, how are you? Good to have you with us today. Yes. Hi there, Dave from Next in Line. What's going on? We will be taking calls today. If you want to call in and talk about anything, we'll do that. That's something we can do here in the studio. In fact, let me make sure I'm set up for that so we're ready to rock and roll here on a Wednesday. How y'all doing out there? Everybody all right today? Enjoying your lunchtime break here at and following All Around Town Radio around town, hopefully. Let me see what we can do about making sure we're ready to go. We are. There we are. We're good. All right. Perfect. So if you're out there, say hi, guys. We'd love to hear from you. Let's see who's checking in. Stephanie Rumpke's there. Roger's in the house. Carrie's here, of course. Courtney Joe, Bill, thank you for being here today. So little quick Wednesday thing. We're going to talk about some programming issues. And let's talk about, first of all, how we got our start real quick. Those of you that have joined us recently on the show, just to give you a synopsis. Back, we did... some fun stuff in Florida when I was living in Florida after I retired from the fire department. We moved to Florida and enjoyed ourselves down there for several years. And one fun thing that went on was we got a chance to do some interviews at a marina that I worked in. I changed my whole life. I went from being a fire chief to being a boat captain, and worked in a marina and got a chance to interview the fishing captains that worked out at marina. We did a fishing report, live podcast, and all that stuff. And it morphed into something which I'd always wanted to do, and that was musician stuff. And this marina we worked at had a wonderful, wonderful concert series throughout what they call the winter season, or the season there where all the people come to this little island. Because I will tell you that this little island that we lived on held 6,000 people in the summer and 60,000 people in the winter months. So it was a snowbird's paradise. It was called Fort Myers Beach. Got blown away by the hurricane recently, but they're rebuilding. I mean, it got wiped off the map, unfortunately. It did. Oh, man, people are blowing me up here today. All right, there we go. So... that's kind of how we got started. We interviewed a bunch of musicians. Got a chance to interview, Glenn Leonard from the Temptations. We had people from, Al Holland from the Platters. We had the Beach Boys touring band there. Got a chance to interview Bobby Figueroa, who toured with the Beach Boys for years and years, and Al Jardine and people like that. So it was a great fun time, and I enjoyed that. And then we got back here to Ohio, and we kicked up this thing called All Around Town Radio here, and started supporting live local music. Been doing it now for a lot of years, and it's growing slowly. It's a slow climb to get some viewers and get people involved. We're not exactly a household name, but we're out there, and we're looking at improving, changing, and gearing up different programming as we go. So for those of you that are here today, I'd like to hear from you if you're out there and you want to comment at all on the show, or let us know what you think of our programming. As of right now, we're doing our Monday weekend update. We're doing our Tuesday Hot Topic Tuesday with Karis and I. And then Wednesday, either Wednesday with the band or whatever Wednesday that we're doing today is part of this fun stuff that we do. And then on Thursdays, it's always Who's Playing Out, brought to you by Froggies and Monroe. We used to do that on Fridays, and we found that Friday at 5 o'clock was just too late to do the list for people to plan what they were going to do for the weekend. So we kick it on Thursday now. You have a chance to plan your weekend of live local music, or actually your whole week. And our programming is done on that Thursday from Thursday through the following Wednesday. And that's what we feature on our list of the top musicians and venues in the tri-state area. So that's kind of how it all works. And thank you, Scotty Long. I appreciate that very much. Billy Sutherland in the house from White Knuckle Weekend. Ray Renee from That One Party Band is here. Hollywood in the house. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. So yeah, if you like what we're doing, make some comments about it. I'd like to hear from you, especially those of you who are faithful followers of the show. Anything you'd like to see us add to the show, maybe anything you think that might be an improvement to what we're doing, or anything that you would like to see as a hot topic. Because frankly, Karis and I, we've run a good course on that, but we're running out of topics, and it's interesting to try to come up with a good topic every week. And now I did come up with one this week that ended up being a banner one yesterday. We're at like 1.5K on the views. So we do appreciate that. And we appreciate everybody giving us a little bit of love there. And of course, sharing that and doing all the things that you do. I am looking here at some camera shots. If I can fix something here, I'm going to do it. There we go. Let's get that involved and see what we can do here for that. There it is. All right. Little shot of the board there, one of the actual podcast board that we use. And you've seen some more of the studio as we've talked here. Hi, Mike Sievers. How are you? Thank you. And what do you mean? How am I going to do that with all that I do already? I mean, I already do things. So if there's something that's not working, we're probably going to replace it. We tried to add some additional programming on our YouTube channel, but just the YouTube viewers weren't there. It wasn't effective for the time, basically, for the YouTube viewers that we had. The amount of them, I'd say. So, yeah. Ray says she'd think Friday would be a cool day to allow the fans to discuss where they've decided to go for the weekend. Yeah, that's a good one, too. Now, I do pin that show on Thursday to the top of our page. So if you ever scroll our page and look at it on the Book of Face, you'll know that show is pinned for a couple days. We pin it to the top so people can watch it and know who's playing out. It doesn't get buried in the feed for anything else that gets posted on there. And frankly, lately, man, we have been getting blown up with tags, and it's really it's kind of messing with us a little bit. I appreciate you tagging All Around Town Radio. Don't get me wrong. I love it when you do it. But the Book of Face is getting all antsy about some of it. And they got antsy about a picture that we got tagged in and put the old violation slap on us and slowed us down a couple weeks ago in the Thursday show. It went from 4,000 people the week before to 2.1 or something and just crashed and burned. So, but that was because someone reported us. We love it. It happens. I guess if you're not getting reported, you're not doing anything right. That's the way I look at it. Yes, Scotty says, no, we're all about supporting live music. And yeah, and we'll talk about the concerts. Yeah, I agree with that in some aspects. I love talking about concerts. I love talking about concerts I've done and those kind of things. But yeah, it's hard because they're not getting promoted like they used to. Some of the concerts aren't, and we try to add them to our list when we can. But and I try to do the local smaller venues like the Phrase, the Rose, the River's Edge in Hamilton, those kind of places, because Ticketmaster doesn't need my help, and frankly, I don't want to help them when they're selling these big shows. They have their own marketing teams and people, and frankly, I don't like what they do with all the fees and things. So that's just part of my concert ideas. And thank you, Hollywood. If anybody wants to call in today, too, you can call in on the line, and I'll give it to you. If you say you want to call, I'll pop the line up here in the screen. You can call in and chat with me, because I'm just taking a few minutes out of the day here to do a little Wednesday nooner here at lunch and get a feel for how this works, because we did one last week that, we ended up with 500-600 views on it. So that's not bad. It's better than some Wednesdays with the band. And I'll get on a soapbox on that one in a minute. But man, Wednesday with the band, you get so many people that want to sign up, and I get a list going that's about a month and a half long. And then that week they decide, oh, we can't do it because they forgot, is what happens. And I put it in the calendar. It's there. I send them a link on Monday for the Wednesday show, and they're just like, bam. What did Ray Renee say? I missed it here. Let me see. Yeah, we kind of talked about that a little, but we really didn't dedicate a whole show to it. And I think that'd be great. Music venues with the best food. I know my co-host Karis, she's getting ready to launch a big food truck for her place. It's going to be there at the Bell and the Bear permanently, or a food trailer or something to that effect. So that's going to be kind of fun. Fun to see, and it's always fun to see what kind of food. O'Connor's has great food up in Springfield. I've seen their people rave about that. That'd be kind of fun to chat about. Yes. And Ray would like to join. Ray, you're welcome to join us anytime. You're a great co-host. I love having you on the show. It was nice to have Kareem call in yesterday. Kareem called in, and we haven't seen him in a while, and he had some great points. If you missed yesterday's show, we talked about what's more important in a song. Is it the lyrics or the music? And that was an interesting dialogue yesterday. It was. Yes. Yeah. Have you been to O'Connor's, Glenn? I think that one looks good. It does. I love O'Connor's. And if I can get Tina on here, I've been trying to get Tina on here, but she's afraid to come on the video, I think, from O'Connor's. Yes, maybe we can get her on via phone one day and we chat with her or something like that. But Tina, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afeared, Tina, at all. So, yeah, is there anything we're doing out there that you guys really like, and anything and don't think I'll be offended if you say you don't like it. I want to know if something's just not working for you, because frankly, even the Who's Playing Out it's such a labor to put that list together every week and get people. I mean, almost have to force people to send me their gigs. They're all in these gig groups that we have, these messenger groups. And I send reminders out on Tuesday. The deadline's Thursday. I send another reminder Thursday morning, and I still get them afternoon on Thursday. I mean, they're like, oh, I forgot. And you go back and you look. I hate to say it. You look and you see who's looked at every single message on there. And they've all looked at it back early in the week, but they just kind of let it slip their minds. So either that or it's just not that big a priority for them. I get it, but Scott's Burgers, Wings, and things. Yeah. Well, here's my dream job. Okay. Are you ready for this, Scotty Long? This is my dream job in retirement, is to have a motorhome, travel the country to music festivals, report on the music festivals, and then do a sideshow called Foodaholic. Because I like groceries, man, and I like good food and festival food and all that kind of stuff. So that's my dream. So if anybody out there has $1 million and wants to fund this project, please send it my way, and I'll be, a nice 40-foot diesel pusher or something. It'd be wonderful to travel the country and do music festivals in. So, just let me know if you're interested in that. We'll be glad to entertain any of that. And Seth said, Party Punch at O'Connor's this past weekend, such a great stage and music room they built. Yeah, it's awesome, Seth. And, Tina does a nice job up there with that and putting that together. And I think she's building a nice client base there in Springfield, because it's been tough sometimes in that market. People have come and gone and all that. And O'Connor seems to be tried and tested. People love it up there. And we love Party Punch too, Seth. Seth, you got to come play Wednesday. Name that tune with your boys from Party Punch one night and enjoy the night with us again. Be fun stuff. All right, what do we got? Have Hot Topic Tuesdays. You love them. Okay, thank you, Ray. It is most entertaining, and it's my fear on that is that Karis is going to get tired of it and leave me because honestly, it's a lot of work for us, and she has a lot of work to do. But hoping she'll hang in there with me, and we'll continue to do this for time to come. And Race is similar to her retirement idea. And Glenn says, let's hit the road. Yeah, I'm ready, man. I think that'd be so much fun. Travel the country and, the Foodaholic thing I'd love to do. It'd be kind of like Diners, drive-ins and dives, but worse. Yeah. I might look like that guy on Man versus Food when it's done and gain another 200 pounds or something. So, I like groceries and I like to eat on the road and see what they got and all that and how creative they are and such. And, I love a good discussion too. We had a great one yesterday, I thought, Ray. It was good. And Karis does a good job with those as well. She's much more into music than people think sometimes. I mean, that's what she runs, the music venue. But to hear her, she goes pretty deep into music. She knows her stuff. Yeah, I hear you, Scotty Long. I'm just ready for, the tour bus and the whole bit. I want to travel in style, baby. Yes. And Hollywood knows a spot in Hamilton that can accommodate a food truck. Yeah, there you go. I bet you do. Hope that's going well for you, Hollywood. I'm glad to see you're down there at Hamilton's Hub or Urban Backyard. That sounds like a great place. I'm looking forward to coming down and spending some time with you there as well. And Texas and I like to go to different styles of cuisine across. I'd love to go to Italy too. I'd love to go check out Tuscany and all that. But I love the American cuisine, such as barbecue and in the country, the chilies, I love Mexican food too. We could do a whole series on Mexican food. Yeah. Or Hispanic. How am I allowed to say that now without offending somebody? I don't know. I just call it Mexican. Let's go to Mexican. Yeah, because we like Mexican. Hi, Sean Poole. Hey, we're talking, if you're just joining us today, we're talking about our programming and things. We're always looking at ways we can improve and enhance what we do for you guys on Haul Around Town Radio. So if you have something out there that you think is a suggestion for something we could plug in there sometimes, love to. And we always look for guests. And sometimes, there's a little thing we post up on the show. Where is that? Do I have it here? Yeah, this one that says your opinion matters. Leave your thoughts. But we also welcome people to be part of our programming. And we've had to do some interesting things because of the dynamics of the Book of Face and complainers and people behind keyboards who are jealous of what you're doing or whatever they're doing out there, or I don't know what they're trying to do. It seems like so many people are trying to get people shut down versus and canceled versus being encouraging and supporting to people. But we've had to do a disclaimer on our show. We always put that up. And no matter what we say, it doesn't reflect our sponsors because our sponsors are really good to us. And that is Stacy and Rich from Froggies, the Bell and the Bear, who helps support the show as well, Karis. And we're always looking for other sponsors as well. So if you know anybody out there that wants to sponsor one of the days of the week or this or that, we can talk to them about how that works and give them a little plug. We also haven't been out in a while to do our video venue visits. That's kind of a fun little tag and get out and show the venues and talk to the owners and those kind of things. That's typically a winter month thing. And as we get back into the cold weather, we can go inside and do those kind of things with them. But there's a lot happening right now out there in the world of live local music. And the best thing you guys can do, I get asked all the time, what can we do to support you? The best thing you can do is share our platform with people and hit the share button, share it and talk to people about it and invite them to be part of what we do. That's something really near and dear to us. And it shows, I mean, it's amazing how it shows. Because if I don't mention sharing the show like on Thursday and I get maybe 5, 6, 7 shares on it, if we get 11, 12, 15 shares on that show, the numbers are through the roof because new people go look at it and they watch it. And whether they watch it for 10 seconds or they watch it for 10 minutes or the full show, that's hard to determine in the analytics. But certainly we want the views and we want to be out there and we want to be recognized, and comments are important as well. Anytime you comment, it boosts us up in the old views out there. So we appreciate that a lot. Hi, 7 West. How are you, buddy? Let me see who's commenting here. I haven't looked at that in a minute. What do we got? What's Sean Cooper got to say? He says he catches them if he can. Love Tuesdays with Karis. Never miss Thursday either. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, Karis has been a great addition to this show and having her on and that. And I would love to have co-hosts on other days of the week too. And even on our Who's Playing Out segment, I could throw somebody send them the list and they could help do the list. If you ever want to join us for that, we'd love to have you do that, because Karis has done that a few times from her places. We've gone live from the bell, but it's a big job. It is. It's a very big job, and I'd love to have somebody else come in and chime in and talk for a few minutes. 7. Yeah. Turfway Casino. There you go. I saw that. I saw it pop up today. I hit the old like button on it, but happy for you, 7. You're doing good things, my brother. You really are. And I had a good time hanging out with Lee Dixon the other night with the KMB at Lori's Roadhouse. That was fun. Always good to see those guys, and love Six String Hustle as well, guys. If you haven't followed them, hit that follow button or like button on their page, please. And Scott and Scotty, do you know the lyrics? Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. That does sound good. That would be a fun show to pull off. You know, the people that do Name That Tune with me, at the end of every round, I do a bonus lyric, and I read the lyric twice. That's all. I read it out loud, and oh, do I get some haters on that? And fun haters. I shouldn't say like the real haters we get on the show, but we get some folks that they're like, I know that song, and they can't figure it out, and that's a lot of fun. Name the lyrics is a really good time, and yeah, Glenn, I need to make some more business cards too. I'm down to about 10, I think, left, but I have some more printed up here. I'm going to do a little change on those too, because we have a website. It's called allaroundtownradio.com. Currently it's down, and I've got people working on it, but somebody slithered in the back door on that and did some things, and did some hacking and things that go on. It's a WordPress site, and it is a GoDaddy account. We own the domains for allaroundtownradio.com, .org, .net, .drink, whatever, all those dots. So yeah, it's going to be back up and running, and we're going to revamp that completely here coming into the fall as well. I've got people working on it currently as we speak, so that's fun. But websites, it would get like tens of thousands of hits a month, but you never could really tell if there was any interaction with it. I mean, if anybody was really doing anything or just looking at it once or what they were doing. And I don't have the time to dig into that analytics side as deeply as I'd like to. But I also don't have the funds to hire myself a webmaster and all the things that people do to do that at this point. That's cost prohibitive to what we're doing, because not a lot of money in this, people. I'm telling you, not a lot, but it's there. So if anybody else is out there with comments, throw it in here, if you will. Sean Poole, thanks for dropping by today. Good to see you. And we're just kind of hanging out for a few minutes on Whatever Wednesday and getting your feel. So if you're watching afterwards, drop us a comment, if you will, about what you think about All Around Town Radio, and hit it in the comments. If you like what we're doing, if there's a specific show you like or would like to see us enhance anything, we'd like to hear from you for sure, because it's a community. That's what we're here for. This music community. It's not a one-way street for just us to throw things down your throat. It's for you to tell us what you want and give us a little feedback. And Sean Cooper from Milanos, thank you for that comment earlier. I appreciate that a bunch. You don't know how much. Oh, yes. So that's really about it. One thing, if you do have bands that want to get involved in our list, as we call it, please throw it at us, and throw that band at us. We'll get them involved in one of our gig groups. The easiest way is to put them in one of our gig submission messenger groups. Yes. Does it have a bunch of messages in it? Yes. You have to go and see your messenger has a message and see who it is once in a while and all that. But I will tell you, it's the easiest way for us to capture that, because I can put out a post or a message on Sunday that says, okay, submit your gigs for the following date range, which is the following Thursday through the next Wednesday. And that's how the bands submit to us. I'm getting a lot of rogue ones now that come in on the Facebook page into our direct messenger, or to come into me personally. And that requires a lot of shuffling back and forth. What we do with those, though, is we copy that, whatever you send us, we copy and paste into a prompter program that allows me to read that, and a list then that's made from that allows me to read that. So don't send me event links, and please don't send me pictures of an event or whatever, a poster. because I can't capture that. I have to retype that entirely, and that takes an immense amount of time. So please follow the guidelines. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. And where are you from, Jeff? Tell us where you're from out there. Are you from the local area? We're getting a lot of viewers now coming to us from Northern Kentucky, Indiana. I have some folks out of Nashville now watching the show every day, which is good for our artists who get mentioned a lot, because these folks in Nashville are promoters, and I love that. Love that a lot. And some singer-songwriters in Nashville that are collaborating, and I can thank Kevin McCoy for that, for connecting us with those folks and doing it. And yeah, there you go. Call in and sing the song. That'd be scary on the old phone line. It would. Yes. Well, thank you, Glenn, for that. And I'd answer once in a while. I would. Troy, thank you, Jeff. All right, good to have you with us from up north of us a little bit. We're studios are located in Springboro, Ohio, but we feature musical acts from all the way up in northern Ohio, south to northern Kentucky, and then into Indiana is what we're touching right now. And a few out in West Virginia, Courtney Joe and some of them that are out that way, and our friends Missing November that are down in the Hillsboro, Ohio area, and that play in those neck of the woods once in a while. So they're featured on the show as well. And I mentioned earlier, some people always ask, how can they help us? Obviously sharing the show, doing all that. But another thing you can do that is so important is any band we talk about, if you have some interest in them or musician, go to their page and hit the like button. And even if you want to feel good about it, drop them a message and say, I heard about you on All Around Town Radio. That always helps the community grow. And we'd appreciate that. So that's really all I had to chat about today. If you didn't watch yesterday's show, I'll recap that again with Karis. We were talking about what's more important in a song, the lyrics or the musicianship. And we kind of came out with a consensus yesterday that without good music and a hook to grab you a little bit, it wouldn't be real popular, even if it was the best lyrics. And my comment on the show yesterday was basically, if you write a song and you don't have good music or any music with it, that becomes a poem. And that's really what it is. So put it together with a good composer, good lyrics, and you've got a hit. And there are a lot of local bands out there that we have that have great originals and play them. Now, we always suggest to them that they sprinkle those in at a live show, because we know what audiences do with original songs many times they haven't heard. Even the bigger artists, when they're playing the national concerts, they say, okay, this one's a new one off our next album, and half the room gets up and goes to get a beer. And that's a shame, because they want to showcase all their new material. But how does a song become a hit? Oh, that's the good question. It's got to catch on somewhere. It does. I will, Glenn, I don't know if I'll be at the timestamp show or not. Having a couple things go on with family that I'm going to have to take care of and be a part of. So I don't know how much I'm going to be out as much on the weekends, but we're going to see how that goes. And I will be at Heather's tonight on the patio with Name That Tune. Last week we had 41 teams and 370 plus people. I am blown away by that. That is a good night, folks. And it looks like the weather's clearing up where we are. It's sun shining outside the studio window right now. AccuWindow says it's clear, windy, and sunny. That's what I can see from the grass blowing out there. So that's where we're at. Hey, Steve, if that's Don't Tell Steve, or if that's Stephanie, how are you? Whichever one of you it is. And if it's either one, I want to tell you, Don't Tell Steve does a Sunday live show that recaps their weekend of music. And it's a blast. If you haven't seen it yet, follow that as well. Go check them out. Good stuff. Good stuff happening in the local music community, guys. I appreciate you tuning in today and being a part of Whatever Wednesday. I'm going to take a little break this afternoon and head down to Heather's, set up a huge PA for this show tonight. We've got an 80s party tonight at Heather's, so we're doing a round of 80s music. And for those that are watching, I'll give you a little hint. Here. Besides the round of 80s music, I'm going to do a round of music through the decades of people who had hits in the 80s, but also had hits in other decades. So that'll be fun. So there's your little handy hint for tonight. That's what's going on with Name That Tune this evening, along with some other fun stuff. So thanks for watching today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I want to thank Sweet Sister Mercy for our theme song. Those guys did a great job with that. Rob Nadler in the studio on that one. And good stuff. Okay, it's Steve from Don't Tell Steve. Anytime, my friend, anytime. Give you a shout out every day if I could. And Ray, what's up? Let's see. Yeah, it's fun, and we're gonna have fun with that tonight. We had a group last week. They drove up for that big night we had from Northern Kentucky. They drove all the way there. I was super humbled by that. I mean, that's just I don't know that I'd drive an hour and 15 minutes to be part of a Name That Tune that lasts 2.5 hours, but that's what they did. So thank you to them. Group Therapy joining us. They were good people. We have some great team names, by the way. Someday I'm just going to tell you all the team names. You'll laugh at many of them. You know, like Menace to Sobriety and people like that. Good stuff. Unemployed hand models looking for hand jobs. Yes. Funny team names. Funny. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you had a good time with us today here on this short nooner. Get back to work, people. Get back to work. That's what you're here for. And I'm going to see what's out of here with, I don't know. What am I going to play? I don't know. I'm just out. We'll see y'all. Bye-bye. This is Benny Bodine. The song's called Next to Nowhere. Thanks, Ray. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Scotty.
When it's over and I divide today, when there's nothing left to say, and I can't ignore the voices in my head, reminding me of all the things I said. Used to be a time when I faced anything. Maybe I'm just not that strong anymore. Tell me something to help me breathe again. All for nothing, and far from where I've been. And I can't ignore the whispers in my head, telling me the things that I don't want to hear. Used to be a time when I'd face anything. Maybe I'm just not that strong anymore. When you're lost and feeling helpless, and when you're tired of being alone, you need something to believe in. Right when next to nowhere feels like home. This